Hi, I wanted to do another tarot reading. Um, I just uploaded a video on two famous celebrities, and I came up with the idea of doing a tarot reading, a pick a card tarot reading, or pick a deck. And the topic is, what role would you play if you were in a horror movie? And I feel it is necessary to do a reading like this because it is Friday the 13th, so why not? Um, Sorry about the noises. So, I have three decks for you to choose from: Tarot V, Moon Power Tarot, and the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Tarot deck. So, you can choose deck 1, deck 2, or deck 3 to find out which role you would play if you were in a horror movie. Okay, so I'm going to start now removing these two, and I want to make this quick. Don't want to make it too long. So, for those who chose Tarot V, this is your reading. What role? Okay, the cards. What role would you play if you were in a horror movie? Okay. What role will pile one or deck those who chose this deck play if they were in a horror movie? Okay. You would play the bad guy, the main character. It would possibly, you know what I'm getting with this? I don't like that movie, but Hannibal. Is it Hannibal? Yes. That's what I'm getting with this. You would play the main character. Um, yeah, definitely the main character. So, let's see what kind of movie. What would the movie be about? For those who chose pile one, what role would they play in a horror movie? You got the main role here. I'm also getting the show Lucifer, the movie Constantine. But let's see. Okay. Seven of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, I feel like if a lot of masculines could have chosen this pile. You know what movie came to mind? I mean, I'm sorry, what show came to mind? The Sopranos, Tony Soprano. Um, a major role in some type of movie where you're the boss, or yeah, you're in control. We have the Hierophant here, and we have the Devil again. Okay, so you could be some type of You would play some type of, you have the looks to play some type of lead role in a mob boss horror film, a detective. That True Detective show is coming to mind. Um, you would come off as someone who is a good person. Whatever horror movie this is, like you would come off, people wouldn't suspect that it's you. The Seven of Swords here, they wouldn't suspect it's you. The Page of Pentacles, you could be a teacher of some sort in this film. Yeah, definitely. A teacher, because we have the Magician. There's a lot of masculine energy here. So you would definitely get the lead role in some type of, I'm getting mob. If there was a vampire mob type movie, that'll be, you would play in that kind of role. Um, let's just get one more deck here. Let's just do one more. Close the interruptions. If Pile 1 was to play in a horror movie, what role? If you were to play a role in a horror movie, what would your role be? Yeah, for some reason, you have here beggar. And it says here, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. I don't know why I keep getting Tony Soprano, and that's not a horror movie. But I remember his. Oh, that's probably why we got the Page of Cups. I mean, the Page of Pentacles. I remember he had a nephew. Yeah, here's the Page of Pentacles. That will do all his dirty work for him. And his nephew also created a horror movie, if I'm not mistaken. Christopher, that's his name. Maybe you will have like a gang. I'm getting like a gang. I don't know. I'm not sure why they came up. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for pile 1. If I'm totally off, I'm sorry. I'm just having fun. I could be wrong. But yeah, this is the type of horror. This is the type of role you would play in a horror film, is the lead role. You're some type of leader of some gang. You don't play around with the Seven of Wands. He's in the cemetery here. You would possibly dig up a hole if you have to for anyone who crosses you. Okay, so there you go for just pile 1. I think I'm gonna stop there. And it's so funny because when I cut open the deck, I have the Page of Cups here, and it's like you come off as innocent. There's like some innocence to your look or to your face. Maybe you don't look like someone who would have a whole gang. Maybe you don't look like you would be a gang leader, or I don't know. You come across as like, to me, this looks like a kid praying. But yeah, so that's pile 1. Let's okay. So I'm gonna spray for pile 2. I did forget to spray. did forget to spray for pile 1, so I'm going to do it now. Cleanse off the energy. Alrighty, so for those who chose pile 2, this reading is for you. And the question is, which role would you play in a horror movie? What role would pile 2 play if they were in a horror movie? What role would pile 2, or those who chose Moon Power Tarot, play if they were in a horror movie? I knew it. I knew it because I forgot the perfume. To spray the energy. A spray came to mind, and right away the word potion came to mind, and then witch. You would play some kind of witch in a horror movie, okay? Or a strong like female lead. But let's see. So we have a witch here. Yeah. But it's giving like gothic. Like I'm getting like a gothic vibe. I was gonna say vampire, but that's part 1. All right, let's see. Let's clarify. What role would pile 2 play if they were in a horror movie? What role would pile 2 play if they were in a horror movie? Okay. Ace of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you would seek revenge, okay? It would be, you know what, right away I got Jennifer's body. You would seek revenge, okay? With all these the bats in the background, people could have fucked with you in some way. Like I'm getting a classroom vibe, like the whole vibe of a group of people fucking with you and you coming back to life to seek some type of revenge, okay? Jennifer's body is coming to mind, as well as that movie. There's another movie with like some schoolgirl who comes back to life to seek revenge, but I can't think of it right now. But this is whoever chose pile 2, you would be the type to come and seek revenge. You would get the role of some type of witch who came back to life and chose, to seek revenge on whoever hurt you, because someone hurt you. Okay, you could have been, let me see before I even say that. Yeah, the storyline could be that you were some type of pure soul and you had some type of haters around you that hurt you. Yeah, look, the Page of Wands, the haters, jealousy, a group of jealous girls or friends. You see the birds again. Okay, so that's pile 2. Now let's get one more from the archetype cards. What role would pile 2 play if they were in a scary movie? Oh yeah. Seeking revenge is definitely a role. Destroyer. It says intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So you could have came off somewhat shy, and whoever these people are, they could have, they were probably drugged up, intoxication, or you could play a role where you were drugged, or they did something. I want to see something before even. If let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. What role would you play? They were they were intoxicated, or they could have spiked your drink. Something. Yeah, here we go. The student. It's like you were innocent, right? Here's the student card again that I was getting, and they're both holding books. So you could have been someone that nerdy type girl that was minding their business that happened to come across a group of losers that decided to fuck with you. Those type of movies. Um, yeah, cause look, we got the gambler. Maybe you decided to one night take a risk and go out, and it ended up being um, not a great night. But yeah, so that is the role that you would play, is some type of strong feminine energy that comes back to life to seek revenge on those who possibly unalived or, destroyed her. Okay, so that is pile two. I'm now going to put this away and shuffle for the next. For the next pile. Okay, just grab these. All right. So for those who chose Buffy the Vampire Slayer, this is your reading. What role would pile three, or those who chose Buffy the Vampire Slayer, what role would they play in a horror movie? What role would pile three play in a horror movie? So let's just shuffle this deck up a little bit. What role would those who chose this deck play in a horror movie? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Ace of Cups. You know what's funny is I got the feeling that this wasn't a horror what's it called? I got the feeling that it wasn't a role in a horror movie. Like for some reason I felt like you were the one who, there's so much love here, obviously, but I just felt like it wasn't a horror movie. But obviously the topic is horror, so let me just try to figure this out really quick. In some way, you. Okay, let's just, before I even say that, what role would you play? Yeah, I was gonna say a helper. It's so funny, like you're those people that survive. Maybe you were one that survived a horror. Um, you could have. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. I'm sorry. Um, Let me just see something. You could have survived. You could play the role of someone who survived, and you are now helping. You know those movies where there's like kids hiding in the wall, and no, it's not that. No, the kids are hiding in the wall, but people walk into this like mansion and they don't know that They don't know that they're in this horror mansion. They don't know that they're in this haunted house. But then there's like these good kids that survived that are like hiding behind the walls. Like that's the type, that's what I'm getting. It would be like those kids hiding behind the wall to try to help others escape. I don't know if that made any sense. But yeah, you would be the type to help others escape in a horror movie. Okay, I feel like, was there? Yeah, they usually do have that. Like I'm getting like a doll. No, it's not a doll. Was she dressed up as a doll? No, she might have been dressed up as a doll, and she was trying to do the right thing, helping someone out of this house, but she got caught. And anyway, so you would play some type of helper in a horror movie. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I feel like you would try to help people escape. The Three of Wands here. Like you give people hope. Like I got good vibes from this deck. Like you would give the people hope. That's the role you would play in a horror movie. Yeah, because look, you would, they have, I don't know, I guess you would wait till the right time while everyone's distracted to try to help these people get away. You would help in some way when it comes to a horror movie. Okay. What role would pile 3 play in a horror movie? It's like you would come and save the day at like the perfect time. Perfect timing. You would come in and help save the day. What role would pile 3 play if they were in a horror movie? That's so funny. This is interesting. So we have here Don Juan. Spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. Interesting. Maybe the reason you decide you want to help is because you end up falling in love with whoever is captured. Who is there a movie out there where someone falls in love? It's like it's playing in my head, but I don't remember the title. Um, it's so stupid. This isn't even a horror movie. This just popped up in my head. The Goonies with the big monster, the brother, and Chunk. But it's something similar to that. I'm just thinking like, which I know there's a movie where the bad guy kind of falls in love, but I just can't think of one right now. I do get the feeling that you're gonna risk it all. Whoever you're helping, it's like you're helping a group of these crazy people. Okay, these are the bad guys. You're a part of this group, but you step out to help someone that you're either attracted to or you end up falling in love with. Okay, that's the role you would play in a horror film, is someone who would help a feminine energy escape. Okay, you know that you come from a crazy ass gang and you want them to not touch whoever this person is. And you're gonna risk whoever this person is that's helping is going to risk um, being destroyed, I guess, by this group. Once this group finds out that you helped your person escape, it's like you're sacrificing your life for the person to escape. makes any sense. But yeah, if you know a movie with that type of plot or scenario, let me know if you end up coming across this reading. um, but yeah, so that is the readings for today. I think that's where I'm going to stop now. Hopefully, that made sense or resonated. I don't know.